Hey, I'm Nick Elmore with Howell Hardwood Flooring. I'm here with Shannon Jones, head crew chief of Smith's Floor Coverings out of Bowden, Georgia. He's taken the time to talk with us a little bit about this particular project that he's done, laying down Hapwood, matching up to a 3/4 solid that was existing in this new home. So Shannon, appreciate your time. If you would just kind of go over a little bit of how this went down, if it was smooth, and how that matched up a little bit with the 3/4 nail down.
The slab was in good shape, so a little patching here and there, but I mean, it's a simple project. Wood goes together good. The reason for the using it is consistency. Consistency in install, it's consistency in the veneer, the tongue and the groove. There's just very little to no problems.
Go together pretty smooth?
Yes, that's what I'm getting at, the consistency. And, there's not a lot of beating on it. There's not a lot, most of it just slide together with your hands.
What would you say as far as this grain pattern here matching up to a 3/4 solid? That grain pattern pretty consistent with a 3/4 nail down?
I don't think anybody can walk in and just look at it and tell the difference.
Okay.
Unless you've seen me put it down, I don't think you would know the difference.
Yeah. What would you say, Shannon, on the length structure of our product compared to a 6-foot product that might be right next in another room? Could you tell the difference in our up to 4-foot lengths with a 42-inch average being any different than a 6-foot?
No, that's you're spacing in your joints, and if the install is done properly, you space it like you're supposed to. Now you're not going to know the difference. Even with today's newer nail down, our issue is there's so much short in it because trees are harvested a lot earlier than they used to be. So you do not get the length, you don't get the clarity that you got, 20, 30 years ago. Everything is, it's just harvested too soon.
So speaking of 30 years ago, you've been installing for Smith's Floor Coverings for
24 years.
24 years. And over that time, you would say, how many square feet of Hapwood have you installed during that 24-year period?
Installed and sanded several 100,000.
So I would say you're probably one of our top installers of Hapwood by far. Any problems or issues out of that you can recall?
No, and that's what I'm getting at is when glue down first came out, we hated it. Okay. It just because it was so inconsistent. What we call a burn through, I don't know what y'all call, is when we sand through the veneer. And when glue down first come out, when we go do a job, you have to take an extra box with you because you burn through 10, 12 boards, have to replace them. Unless a slab is just bad, we have no issues with the Hapwood. There again, that goes back to what I said about consistency with the veneer, consistency with the joints. It's just all around, it's an awesome product. Plus, and another good thing about it is we've had zero to none. If it minor water damage, even then the Hapwood doesn't delaminate. Very little separation.
Any seasonal movement that you see, any cupping or gapping, nothing like that?
I only know of one house in the last 2 or 3 years, and it was because the builder was insisting on the wood being put down, but he had no windows, no doors in the middle of winter, and it rained in the house.
So the conditions were not.
were not even for a slab, period. And then he put 5-inch wood. Other than that one, we have no issues with it. We've got builders that the very reason they use it, even on wood subfloors, is because there's no shrinking, no cupping, there's no issues. It's all around. Like I said, even when painters paint it, we have enough of veneer, we can still sand it like we need to, and it's resandable. That's good for us too in our line, because we always have repairs or painters and plumbers, and so I really don't have anything that I can say is bad about it. It's all around good product.
Well, that's good. So we've always in the industry said, if you're a firm believer in something you're doing, it's not a day's work. It goes together. It makes your life easier. Obviously, the homeowners are happy. Your customers happy. Another big point would be putting something in your personal home. That would mean you're a pretty big believer in that.
Oh, I've got 1,500 feet of it in my personal house.
Nice. So you got our 7-inch
Yes.
character white, and then you actually mix that with our traditional white oak as well.
Correct. Yes.
And
I
that's
wanted the
gonna-
knots. I wanted knots. I just didn't want a whole lot. I like some. And then I like with the number one, you get the quarter stone look, you get the rift cut look. So it was just a mixture of all of it in one.
Nice, nice. Well, that's great. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
all the work you've done for promoting Hapwood, and we really, we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for you and Smith's floor coverings, and anything we can do on our end to make our product better, just let us know. We love good feedback, good or bad, just to keep us on our toes to make a better product for you guys.
We enjoy the product. Just like I said, it makes it easier on us when it's a good product to work with.
Nice. Well, thank you, Shannon. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.